of course, a lot of people feel that way. I do want to take a call that's related to this. I think it'd be good to take in this segment. Let's go to Joshua in Illinois. And by the way, by opening up this line, we now have quite a few lines available for you. So if you want to call in, great time. Joshua, you're on the air.
Hi, yeah, my son attended Harvard and he faced plenty of anti-Semitism, so I'm really happy what President Trump's doing. But I'm a bit confused because he's hired anti-Semites like Darren Beatty, Paul Ingrastia, Kingsley Wilson, Ed Martin, and his attorney general went on Stu Peters' show 8 times, who's a flaming anti-Semite. So what is he doing about that?
I mean, look, we'd have to go, and that's not what you told our phone screener, but I understand that you feel this way. You said that your son went to Harvard, faced a lot of anti-Semitism or Jewish. I understand. Look, I think there have been some voices within that world that I have said very openly that I really disagree with. I think there have been some leading voices in the conservative movement that decided not only to take anti-Israel stances, but to take anti-Semitic stances. And I don't say that in the way that people are like, you can be anti-Israel and not be anti-Semitic. I don't really necessarily believe that, but I'm not talking about those people. I'm not talking about people who are calling out for humanitarian aid in Gaza. I understand the heartstrings that get pulled for that. I'm talking about those that are bringing up tropes that have been around for thousands of years, specifically 100 years in this country, that are still in this, control the universe, control the media, control the everything. Big leading voices. You know who I'm talking about. I don't want to dignify anyone with giving them any credit, but you know who I'm talking about. People who were maybe some of the most intellectual, pretended at least to be the most intellectual in this conversation. So those are the ones, look, I don't disagree with you. I think that I'd like to see those people not be involved in politics in general, and certainly not involved in a conservative pro-Israel administration.
Well, and to the caller's point,
I don't know about the specific people.
Well, and there have been questionable decisions made by individuals that decided to go on a show like Stu Peters. That is awful, just frankly awful, Nazi rhetoric, and is a voice on the online right. And it does bring into question why individuals would go on a program like that. Now, obviously, the topics that were discussed, a lot of times the people that are on the right, that they also talk about the corruption of the FBI. They talk about the corruption of the Justice Department and things of that nature. But there can be times when you can call out and say, maybe you should not have gone on that program. But at the same time, I think the actions of the Trump administration going after Harvard, the way that, and frankly, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York just announced that they have arrested a U.S. citizen that attempted to burn down the branch office of the U.S. Embassy in Tel Aviv. They are taking action against people that are spreading anti-Semitism, and I think that is what we are proud of. And Professor Hutchison, when you have tens of thousands of people in a government, there are probably people with bad views. But at the same time, we do look at the actions, and they are taking the actions we approve of to combat this.
I think you're precisely correct. I think at the end of the day, actions by the Trump administration speak much louder than words, even though I think we should continue to call out those individuals that go on controversial programs with speakers who have anti-Semitic views.
All right. Thank you, Professor Hutchison, for joining us today. We do have 4 lines open for you right now. So it's a great